Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sen.
15 PCA.
810-454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Marvel's What If episode 5 of the zombie one.
Yeah,
and technically they're not zombies. It's like quantum virus. But it's Marvel zombies. And they do an okay job of adapting that story. They don't have access to Fantastic Four, so they can't use Reed Richards. But they do a good job of kind of replacing him. Biggest issue, they watched Zombieland, and they said, okay, let's do a lot of that.
Especially with the whole, like, how to survive is straight out of Zombieland.
That's the cringiest part.
Yeah.
And I know saying, say something cringy is cringy. It's like, we're showing a survival video. Really, Peter? All your friends are dead.
Yeah, and the fact you're saying you can survive in New York City, you can survive anywhere. It's like, yeah, we get the joke, but...
It's a Zombieland joke.
Well, but
Woody Harrelson should have popped up.
I know, right? That would have been funny as a character. The thing is, and all the What If is the weakest one. It's still not bad, but it's the weakest of the ones so far.
And I know that they had to throw comedy in this because it gets really dark.
Yeah, there's some dark moments, and then there's like the,
But too much humor.
But here's the thing, though. I'm sorry. If I know there's zombies, like anything I always told myself, even though in the situation zombies can't exist because it just wouldn't happen, you got to be able to kill your loved ones.
Yeah,
because they're monsters now.
That would cause the most problems in your situation survival horror. Once they become zombies, it's done.
They're monsters. They're monsters. And it's not like they're not like, especially if your friend's super powered. That's the thing. Like, you could keep like a kid in a freaking like dog cage, but you can't keep Captain America in a dog cage.
No, you can't keep Wanda and superhumans.
You can't keep superhumans.
You have to kill them. You have to kill them. There's just no way around it.
Right, and especially if it depends on what situation you are. If it's not magic and it's like literally like science, I don't think there's any way to reverse that.
No Thor.
No Thor.
Kind of weird.
He was like, his Rainbow Bridge.
It's like, Loki, let's get the hell out of here.
He came down there and like, wait a minute, okay, yeah, we're out of here. I can't handle this.
No, he goes down, he goes right back up.
He looks around, he sees zombies, yeah, screw this, I'm out of here.
Or what's it called? The Watcher guys, like, you don't want to go down there.
No War Machine.
No War Machine.
No, there's some big, because here's the thing. Get in the sky and just start shooting at everything.
Right. You would have to, like, Halo term glass the planet from like
no Captain Marvel, because she could just go in the sky and just, because they overpowered Captain Marvel so much, she could just fly in the sky and just go.
That's why she's not in some of these. She can't be in this because she would destroy. She would just wipe them out.
And that's what makes it so funny. The only one she's been in, she's literally in there for 5 seconds saying, "What do we need to do?"
Because she's so powerful that you can't make up a reason for her to lose.
Yeah. Like you said, the only way Captain Marvel would lose is if she was so cocky and went down there, and someone, like you said, someone went small, like like it
had like pin particles and got little.
The thing is so funny because the reason why she's so powerful, because we were debating the last time she was in there, she could probably beat Loki's army. That's how strong she is.
All by herself.
So she could beat zombies then. Yeah. That won't be a problem then compared to Loki's army. So it's like
In under a day, all the America was gone. Then Captain Marvel showed up in under 30 minutes. She cured it too.
Yeah, I know, right? So she's a scientist now.
So there's nothing they can do to depower her. So that's why she's not in this. Yeah. But to jump right in, and it starts up right. Remember when after Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah.
So Thor's a thing.
Right, and this is right. Yeah, this is right after that.
So he crashes into the things like, oh, Thanos is coming and everything.
Oh, Loki just got killed too.
Yeah.
Like Thanos.
Yeah. So all that just happened.
Yeah.
So he gets down there and he's like, oh no, I'm too late because everything's gone. Everything's like.
Yeah. So he thought he did the snap already.
He's walking out there. Then the Black Order shows up. I forget their names.
Yeah, you're gonna be dead from the child to Thanos.
Yeah, rejoice, Thanos has blessed your plan, all that crap. And he's like, oh guys, come on, big guy, get out there. And of course the Hulk doesn't want to because he got butt kicked, which is so stupid.
But he did.
Then we see 2 portals open up. Like, oh, okay, the good guys are coming. And then he's like, yeah, great. Oh,
you
Tony.
See Iron Man's plus Tony and them, and then
they're like fighting, and then like you see them like ripping apart and biting. He's like, hey.
That's a little much. She's a little much, guys. Come on.
And then it zooms out. Boom. There's zombies.
And he's like, what the? Because they're like, bleh. But they have all access to their powers and they know how to use their powers.
Which is really
they're
bad.
using Wand and using Doctor Strange, and they're going teleporting, so they get anyone from anywhere.
See, they're not 100% proficient in their thing, because if they had every access to everything Doctor Strange could do, because wouldn't he have the eye?
Yeah, he can make multiple. Yeah, he could go back in time.
I don't think he has the ability to use the eye of
Agamotto,
but he can do this.
Or make multiples of himself.
Yeah,
like,
like, see, but I think they have access to their powers, but it's like if you gave little kid the version of your power. So, Captain America's so strong, can still throw his shield, but he's not going to be the most proficient fighter.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So,
and it kind of goes in that zombie lore of, like, even though you get turned into a zombie, there's some things that like muscle memory, that you can kind of copy and remember.
Yeah. So, then he's like, oh my god, what's happening? And you have all the kind of, like, this, we still get some of the jokes. Like, it's like, oh, it's a funny situation. No, it's not funny. Because, like, Wong gets his head chopped off because the portal closes.
It goes Wong. He's gone.
But, it's really cool because Wasp shows up. And she has a bunch of, like, carnivorous wasps and stuff. So they just eat them.
Yeah, it was creepy because they, like...
Maybe they never use that again. That would have been a smart thing to have.
Yeah, because they have the bugs, and maybe they don't get affected by it.
Yeah, and then, like, didn't the big ant come and eat Tony's head?
Yeah, because Tony had his head chopped off, too.
That was so gross.
So, take his armor. Take his armor.
Yeah, these are the little things where, like, in a real zombie survival show, they would have been doing this.
Because I'm pretty sure if you went to Tony's mansion or whatever, his abode, and been like, hey, Homer, like, what was the name of the new one? Was it Veronica or something?
Veronica, yeah.
Hey, Veronica, Tony's dead. We need access to all his tech.
And have Happy with him. Why don't they just have Happy do it?
And I'm pretty sure Tony has, like, a protocol where they could access his armors and stuff, and everyone gets Iron Man armors.
Yep, that should have been the first thing.
But they didn't think of that because we
don't. So, we're thinking too damn much, and we're supposed to just think, oh, Zombieland.
Yeah,
so, I know, but it's Marvel. I expect.
Well, and this is where I think they dropped the ball. Is this the explanation of how
this is what happened remember in Ant-Man 2, they went to go save the original Hope.
Yeah.
And it's Janet Van Dyne. So he gets down there, but she got infected by a quantum virus and made her turn into like a zombie. Got Hank. They come back, and once they start biting people, they kill Ant-Man. Paul Rudd dies. And then, like, Wasp was quick enough to turn small and get the hell out of there. But once they had these three superpowered people, they can go tiny and start biting everybody.
Right. And then again, and what sucks about them, they feed more than anyone else because they can get big and small, so they constantly have to keep, like, that energy up.
Yeah.
So then, like, the Watcher's like, oh, but the greatest undoing was actually the Avengers. So, anyone.
Okay, yeah.
Explain what the Avengers' plan was. Golden Gate Bridge. How many people can fit on Golden Gate Bridge?
There was like
thousands.
There was thousands of them.
They land a Quinjet right there. No one's armored up. No one has any protection except for Tony. They walk out there. He gets bit by Hank because he's tiny.
Yeah.
And then he turns into a zombie. And then one by one, they all become zombies.
What makes me mad about this is that technically, I know Hank can get small enough to fit through Iron Man's armor and bite him. But at least show up with quarantine outfits. You know what I mean?
You know what's going on.
With the light electric charge, so even if he was tiny, he'd get zapped if he went into it.
Yeah, because there'd be news reports, oh yeah, the Northwest has turned into a bunch of zombies. That would be everywhere.
Because think about it. Hope should have went to the Avengers. They got my dad and mom. They have tech that can make them very small, so we need stuff that can protect you from this.
And even at the smallest of
Tony, get all your suits. We're getting them all weaponized zombies.
What was their plan? To kill everyone on the bridge?
Yeah, pretty much.
Why wasn't Tony in the air just going...
I don't know.
The jet should have never landed. They should have been firing that jet from above.
I don't... Anyone out there, please in the comments, what was their plan? Why weren't they armored up? And it's so, like, even the Watcher's like, well, but they didn't know the rules. Like, it was like it's a stupid joke.
But then the problem is, but Peter knows the rules. So zombie movies are real.
Zombies are real. They would know that. He said scary movies several times.
They know that. They know this.
But even so, you're telling me Tony didn't try to think, okay, let's capture one of these. See, here's my plan. They captured Hank.
Yeah, exactly.
So they have him in a tube, and he's cutting big and small, but they have him in a quantum field or something. Tony's trying to figure it out, but then Janet sneaks in because they don't know Janet's alive.
Right.
She sneaks in. She gets Tony. Then when they go check on it, Tony jumps on Cap, and then
that would make more sense.
Instead of walking on the bridge, let's get bit by zombies.
And that was probably the worst thing.
And then they could explain with the other Hope, maybe she got scared and was like panicky, so that's why she didn't tell anyone she was going through like her, her boyfriend, her husband still boyfriend.
Her main
died.
squeeze.
Her main squeeze died. Her father's a zombie. Her mother's a zombie. She lost everyone. The whole world's going to shit because of you.
So she has all that guilt. But they didn't know the rules. Who's going to tell us the rules on Spider-Man?
And again, this is with the Zombieland.
Zombieland. And anyone remember, I didn't like this film, Meet the Mitchells. The daughter did a thing like this. Like, oh, here it is. And then he has like a zombie like on a popsicle stick. Like, she wanted to be a filmmaker. And it's very avant-garde. And he's being silly.
Well, also remember in one of the extra outtakes, one of the extras they had for like Joe Morello's zombie thing, that guy, what's his name? The special effects guy. I can't remember his name, but
Yeah.
he's a
Savini.
sheriff. So Tom Savini was doing a thing. What to do to survive in a zombie thing? It's like this.
Yeah. And
It's guys, you don't need to have this,
and then,
guys.
then we got the stupid guy from Ant-Man.
Yeah, the guy
Baba Yaga.
Yeah, he's the guy with the security company.
But I like that guy though.
Yeah.
Don't let that guy down.
It was fun to see all the like silly characters. Happy's still alive.
But they are funny characters.
But
though.
then they're doing like a funny like, what you do? They pass through saliva, so make sure to wear long sleeves. Like they can't bite through your clothes.
Right, I know.
Then like Spider-Man's being kind of silly. Oh, they're attracted to pheromones, so be sure to be clean. And they open the thing, and it's like Bucky. Is he naked?
He's naked. Who takes a shower with the?
Look how buff he is.
Yeah.
It's like
He's in a
you want to
red
see him
cartoon.
that naked? It's gonna be Sebastian
Yeah,
Stan
he
because
is.
he's buff.
Even though I think the cartoon version is buff.
So he like grabs the Kurt's neck and he's like, all I do is squeeze it, I can pop your head off. And they're just like talking, and then Shannon's still alive.
Like aim for their head.
Yeah. That's so funny because they were talking.
Yeah, Shannon hit him right in the cannon.
That was
Yeah.
so funny because like we were talking about this beforehand and go, this Tom Holland's not really funny. He's not a funny Spider-Man. He's not.
Yeah,
He's not
Tom.
Maguire.
There's that scene. And that was cut out of the film when he was like beating up the bank robbers. Oh, come on, guys, try a little harder. Then he's like,
See, that's regular
then he's,
Spider-Man.
then he's talking to the cops. Hey, I'm going on vacation. You're gonna have to do your jobs. That's this crap talking Spider-Man that we all love. We don't really get that in the Tom Holland version.
Yeah,
Well,
but we
even
get that here in spades.
we
though.
get it. We get it nonstop in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, MCU kind of backed away from that kind of Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's not even a photographer.
No.
He
Yeah.
makes vlogs
Yeah, I don't know.
because he wants to be the Mitchell girl.
Yeah, no.
So Shannon's still alive, which is okay. Then we have the I forget her name from Black Panther.
She's the Royal Guard
Yeah,
for
the head world guard.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's a good strong person on our team. Be like, oh, Wakanda's protected because they're shield. There's nothing
Good,
to get in.
good. So
Yeah.
like they're the last human sanctuary.
And which is the one smart thing they actually did do. They have like this base, but it's up on the webs, up
Yeah.
high, so they zombies.
No,
can't.
no zombies can't get up there.
Yeah, get up there.
But then Bruce is like, oh, you picked a hell of a time to visit America. She's like, well, I have an honor duty because T'Challa disappeared.
we
My
don't
king
know
disappeared, and we
where
have to go get him because he went with the Avengers.
Yeah.
So then they're like, oh, we got a signal saying that there's a team working to can solve it. They came up with the cure, but the signal's scrambled. And of course, Bruce Banner's like, oh, it's just by looking at it, he knows it's some sub network thing. He's like, where could do that? It's like, then Shannon knew, Camp Pendleton. Was it Camp Pendleton? I forget where it was.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
big
no,
base.
the first Adventure base. Yeah.
Yeah, it's where they have a secret base, and he's like, well, okay, let's go there. Because if they have a way to cure people, we got to try.
right.
And then Happy says dumb joke. Well, this is the worst day. We have to go to New Jersey. Okay,
Yeah, things go really bad, but now we got to go to Jersey. Then there's
Okay,
non-stop jokes like that.
Yeah.
And then of course the other one like, oh yeah, you don't watch horror films? No, I have American sitcoms like with the
Oh,
No,
wow,
reality
you got
TV.
us. Boom. Oh,
yeah.
that was a good one.
Uh,
It's like, but you wouldn't be making these jokes.
jokes.
That's why it takes you out of the experience of what you're
See,
watching.
this is what you would do. I would have Peter make these jokes, and then have someone like Bruce be like, hey, I don't know, you spider guy, like he doesn't remember his name or something. Like, hey, what's the deal with all the jokes? You're like, man, I gotta survive somehow. And me kind of laughing at the situation helps me through the day.
That would have been better.
But there was no scene like that.
Yeah.
Because everyone cracks the jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they have those guys from Ant-Man in there for that reason. They should have had his brother, that Mexican guy. He should have been in there.
See how everyone died. Like,
Yeah,
it's surprising everyone else got killed. Because, Mike Pena, the guy who was like,
Yeah.
okay, first, see, the zombies got in the world, they can have a huge
Yeah,
explanation.
exactly.
They didn't have that. They didn't have a scene like that.
That actually would have been funny.
Or almost would have been okay if they were making that zombie film. The one like How to Survive.
Yeah, see, I can see him,
Him
doing that.
not Peter and
Not
you know.
Peter.
Unless they had that scene that I explained that didn't exist, where he's like, "Oh, this is how I."
But they
survived."
never explained that.
Yeah.
I thought this was really funny because they're driving there, right? And then you see like a big giant zombie. I'm like, "Who the hell is that?"
That.
Oh, because they were tiny,
Yeah,
so they
tiny
get big
guy,
and they
boom.
just.
Okay, what's that? Giant zombie. Is that like the pin? Did he get super
Yeah,
big?
that's what I thought it was. So they get into this place where the signal is coming from, or they get to a train. The train's gonna take them to the thing.
Right.
Classic zombie. What? We could switch vehicles.
And we have to split up. And Peter's like, no, we don't split up. So this makes me mad. So there are zombie movies.
So the Watcher's saying that it made no
No
sense. That line gets thrown out the window.
So they all kind of separate. They find the train. It won't start up. The guy's like, "Oh, the Baba Yaga's here," and like all the silly jokes.
Yeah.
They can't get it to start. Even Wasp goes into the engine thing and tries to like hard start it. She's like, "No, we have to get the wheels moving." Then because then the train starts going. Spider-Man's okay. I'm gonna pull as hard as I can. Then when I tell you to release the brake, releasing that's gonna give us enough
To
thrust
keep
to
it
push
going.
it.
Yeah, and then the guy's like, "Why don't you go out there and do it?" And the Hulk he's out of commission. He won't come out. why don't you start it up? You know,
Yeah,
he
because
can
he
do it a lot
could just
faster.
Yeah, you just push it.
Because Spider-Man's strong, but it's going to take him a minute to do it.
So then Shannon and Happy are walking through the thing. I don't know why everyone just decided to go their own ways. They get attacked. Freaking Falcon is flying around. Zombie Falcon's flying around. So now they're getting attacked by supers.
So they probably know where the Avengers. They know they have to kick them out. They know if that they can stop them, so they got to take them out.
I can understand being attacked by zombies, but how the F do you run into 2 Avengers? The Hawkeye's down in the sewers and freaking.
I think they're tracking them. Maybe.
I think they are.
But they don't explain any of that.
I know they don't explain it, but I'm thinking that's the only thing it could be. Because think about it, they run into that, they run into some other ones. I'm like,
because
really?
they know they have to get them because they're so powerful. Again, I know I'm giving them an excuse because they don't explain it.
And then even like Happy every time because he has the repulsor thing. The remember that little hand one that he used so he's using it and he's like going blam blam every time he uses it, and then Shannon like made fun of him like, are you actually making the noises? Well, no, I'm not. Like if someone had a lightsaber, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
But why the jokes?
And it's such a scary moment
because he gets killed by Hawkeye. Hawkeye pins Shannon to the wall with an arrow, but then she uses the repulsor thing and
because Happy gets infected, so he gets closer and she's like sorry, she flips
so
it.
Happy
boom.
got vaporized.
And then she says blam kind of like as a sad like he's gone now, but I had to. You have to kill people you know.
Yeah.
It's then by I keep wanting to call him like Captain America, but he's not Captain America in this one. He's just Falcon. So Falcon's flying around fighting Winter Soldier, and it's his friend too. So, but what's her face ends up just chopping him in half.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, that was your friend," and because they were.
He goes, "Yeah, you think I'd be sad, but I'm really not." He goes,
He was killing me.
Yeah.
So they get that going, and this is one part that was actually really suspenseful. He's like, "Okay, I think I have enough, about 4,000 pounds of me pulling,"
and he's pulling back,
and then there's a freaking zombie
within
right behind
inches
him. Like, oh no!
But then who saves him was Doctor Strange's Cape to the rescue.
Yeah, Cape comes in.
Then they take off, gets him into the train. They're all moving, and he's like wearing the cape, so it's like the Sorcerer Supreme Spider-Man.
Yeah. Right, it looks really cool. And even Hope's like, that looks really good on you. Oh, you think like
him and Hope had like a friendship.
Yes, you know what it was. This is what I would tell people.
He's a kid.
It's Aunt May and Peter Parker.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
He sees it like she's the new mom to him now because now he doesn't have Aunt May anymore.
And he's the youngest in the group, and she's going to try to protect him.
Yeah.
Right. So it was like this cool aunt, nephew kind of feel to it, you know?
But, she's pretty cool herself. Because she's going around popping dudes, and she's turning big, turning small. She's pretty cool.
She knows how to use that suit.
Because she can go little and just
blow
people up, yeah.
So the train starts moving, and they're going along, and, they have that little conversation, and I like how she's like, hey kid, you did good out there, and he's like, oh no, I'm trying, and I like that because it's that little bit of hope, and your name's Hope, and
and she goes, and then basically she's just basically saying, how do you say so positive?
That's after this.
That's after this.
Remember, because she gets
yeah.
So, I do like the another stupid zombie thing. Shannon's in the back of the train for no reason.
Yeah, just hanging
She's just a regular person. Yeah, she's got skill, but she's just a regular
We hear
person.
something hit the train, and then it's Cap.
Yep.
Zombie Cap. And she screams, why didn't she something, guys, we have company. Nothing. She's like, what's that noise?
What makes me mad, see,
they're stupid.
They're like playing these
dumb zombie tropes. The tropes that
the
people
dumb
do zombies. Yeah,
but these guys are trained almost to the point of like Avengers. You know what the drill is. You know what to do.
I mean, she would be she would at least be good enough to be on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Okay, that's how good she is.
Yeah.
She's got skill.
We're not talking like Kurt. That's like just a programmer guy.
Yeah, if it was like that Russian guy, because he's an idiot.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, whoa.
Or Lucas Slavian. I don't know where he's from. Some Eastern European country.
Yeah.
So Shannon's getting attacked. She gets chomped. She's dead. And then Bucky shows up and he sees Cap and he's like, well, that's enough, Cap. And they start fighting, but he beats him. And I like how Shannon tries to get him. He just grabs her and just throws her to the ground.
Because he has a metal arm. You can't bite this sucker. Throws her down.
Then
of course.
He throws the shield, he catches it, chops him in half, it's end of the line.
It's the end of the line for you.
And then, of course, the shield gets stuck and he grabs it's my shield now. There you go.
I love it so much. When other people pick up the shield and they, honor it, it, makes my heart.
Definitely, Winter Soldier loves that shield. It's everything to him.
That's so beautiful. I love it so much because then he just puts it on his back.
You know what I love about... Okay, I know this is going to sound really weird. I love Winter Soldier in this. I love Bucky. Doesn't he have, a Chris Redfield feel to him in
Yeah.
this. In this,
Yeah.
Because he's like
He's Resident Evil 4 Chris Redfield.
Resident Evil 4, and the fact
Chris
that
wish he was that strong and that cool though. He wish he
he's
had a
that
metal
buff,
arm.
though.
He ain't got no
Right.
metal arm though. He ain't no trainer like that.
yeah, but he can punch boulders. Dude.
Yeah,
he
he-
punched a boulder.
Which weighs tons? The most ridiculous thing in a game with the ridiculous things. The most he's like
Because maybe it's because the zombies. Resident Evil gives me that vibe. I'm like, dude, I think Bucky and Chris Redfield on the team.
I
would
can
be
see.
sick.
See, I can see Wesker hitting boulders like that. But
But
not
then
Chris Redfield.
Shannon still gets back up, tries to bite him. Then Wasp goes into a side of her, and
Yeah.
but she got cut.
She got
I-
cut from one of the zombie bits.
I think what happened is that Shannon's teeth, when she went small, I probably
And
nicked
got
her.
it, nicked her.
So she doesn't turn right away. So it's
Yeah.
like how a normal zombie affection.
So they're looking at her. It's like, oh, her fever's going the wrong direction. She's getting sick. It's affecting her. Then Spider-Man's like, come on, hope. That's the main key in a zombie films. You gotta have hope, and that's your name, so that must mean something. And then she's like, Peter, how do you do it?
How do you stay positive?
How are you smiling? How are you being positive?
This is probably the best line.
This is a Spider-Man line. He's like, well, I've lost a lot of people. Uncle Ben,
Aunt May.
Aunt May, Mr. Stark, and
Happy.
Aunt May. Happy. Aunt May used to say, she used to say, we have to smile for them because we have to smile for the people who can't. And they would want us to keep fighting, and they would want us to live.
And if we
She
don't,
grabs his hand, and he squeezes her.
yeah, and she goes, and if we don't smile, we might as well be dead too.
Yeah. I'm like, beautiful. That's Spider-Man. That's
amazing.
because he's gonna do what they would want him to do, but to be an honorable guy and to keep fighting
and to
be happy.
You be happy and live your life.
See, here's the difference between like a Batman, who's a pretty sad dude. Bruce Wayne's a sad guy. Spider-Man's still gonna try to be a happy guy,
Right.
Even though his life, he has to throw away a ton of stuff for his life.
Yeah, there's darkness everywhere, but he finds the light. He finds that light
Right.
that brings him.
And the contrast to
that.
Batman is it's almost like I threw away my life so I can save everyone else. Spider-Man's like, no, we gotta have hope that we can come out of
Well,
this.
see, Batman's more like Wolverine in that sense.
Yeah,
He's going to be a tragic character, but he's going to do the right thing.
Right.
So the train runs out of gas, and there goes, well, we're closer, but we have to get through that.
There's
Like,
tons of zombies.
it's like, well, then I do like this because the Wasp I love. They gave her like the role.
Yeah, they did. They gave her
Yeah,
respect.
and then a little bit before this, she talks about how, like, well, this is my fault. It's not your fault.
Yeah, she
you
feels
didn't
bad.
know that your mom's going to be like that.
I obsessed over saving my mom, and I didn't think about when I brought her back what I would bring back.
back
with her.
because the variables in that quantum realm were like you don't
Infinite.
know what you were gonna bring
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
So she goes, you know what, guys? I can take you over them. I'm gone anyways. I'll get big and I'll run you
But we're
guys up
saying,
there.
guys, there has to be a fail-safe, guys. I mean,
because
fail-safe.
we were thinking about this because again, leaving super powered people zombies, you can't do it.
You can't.
So she's stomping her way through,
Like super giant.
and they're jumping on her and everything, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
She's kicking them, stomping
Yeah.
on them.
They're all up on her legs and everywhere.
Well, it made me laugh because it looked like they were literally biting her butt. I'm like, that would be the worst pain. I think. Yeah, exactly.
Stepping on a cactus,
It's like,
ow!
it's like,
Yeah,
like a
exactly.
mosquito bite times 10.
Yeah,
Ah.
exactly.
She
Like,
gets him
ah.
over the fence, and she's like, "Hey, kid, keep smiling." And then
So
they get
file
up to her
for me.
mask. They start punching through her mask.
She falls.
Then I thought, this is what I thought for sure. I'm like, oh, she's gonna have like a thing where it haywires her growing and shrinking, and it makes her blow up, and she takes
and
out
he tells
like
everyone, guys, you're going to have to run.
get
And then
inside.
blow up, get
I'm gonna
inside.
take out as many as I can.
Man, but that didn't happen.
It didn't
She,
happen.
she just falls over,
And
and,
I'm like-
then they bite her, and she turns.
And it's like now we left another super powered person.
And a giant
And I
zombie.
thought, at the very least, I thought she's gonna get out of her suit.
And go like yeah.
no,
take it
none
off.
of that happened.
It was
It's like,
weird. It was weird.
Guys, there's just opportunities that you needed to clean it up.
Yeah, to clean up stupid stuff like
Probably
this.
It's
Yeah.
a story would have
Little
helped.
point.
Yeah.
But then they're like all sad, and we're thinking, get the hell
Out of there.
there.
I know it's sad, but move.
And then
move.
yet
You
they
see
know
all the zombies standing at the fence. They're like, why aren't they climbing the fence? There's a hole in the fence. It's like they don't need to climb, but they're just standing there.
yeah.
Okay, let's go inside. And we're thinking, what the hell's going on?
Right, and then
Yeah.
kind of more jump scares, more scaring Kurt.
Little
'cause
silly
Kurt-
things
'cause
like,
Kurt's
oh,
always
Environment,
scared.
Don't do that to
Baba
him. Don't do that to
Yeah,
him.
because he's like, because that's what he feels. He's like, no, this is not right. If like evil's like at bay, there's something more evil that's
Yeah.
in here.
And then all of a sudden, bam, there's Vision.
There's Vision like, oh, he's an android. They can't bite him. There's nothing to turn.
Yeah, and he's like, that's a good
And
thing.
he's like,
being
oh,
an
the
android.
Mind Stone keeps them at bay because it's a neurological disease. And it scrambles their minds and they don't like it.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, well, there you go.
There's your answer. I'm like, oh. And he's able to save people. And we hear Paul Rudd. I'm like, oh my God, he saved Ant-Man. He's literally just a head in a jar.
Right, which is kind
Futurama.
Yeah.
yeah.
So you know why they did that for the jokes.
Yeah.
Because he goes off like crazy.
Well, you know what?
he's a
that's-
funny man,
But
but
that's him. That's
Yeah.
Ant-Man. He's
Well-
a Joker.
Well, and also I don't know someone's mental psyche if they just realize you're ahead.
Yeah,
That's
he has
it.
literally nothing.
Like I don't know. I don't know what that person would act
And
like.
then what happened with him and Bruce are looking at it, they go, okay, there's a way to free everyone, but we need to get satellite because what Vision says there's no technology at this point to do, and I go, yeah, we can get a satellite, but we have to get it to
And it has to use the Mind Stone, and it'll broadcast.
that way
it.
to
And
make
she's
it
like,
normal.
we'll go to Wakanda. We'll figure something out, and we're safe there because they have all that tech. And so I'm thinking, oh, okay, hook up the Mind Stone. It's gonna be like a giant hammer of dawn,
Yeah.
but it's gonna just as it hits you, it heals you. But people are in pieces.
Yeah, like if you saw Captain America, his arm was gone, his bone. I don't think you'd want to be alive, just half his body's bone, and that would be awful.
I think if his super serum would kick in, you would have to get him a new torso and stuff, like bottom wise, because he got cut in half.
that's
But
just-
the
oh.
problem is living through all that, knowing what you did.
Yeah.
Well,
Like that's
such
the
a ball,
other
but-
that's the other problem. Like a lot of
Yeah.
people are gonna have some
But it's
really
like-
bad. Yeah.
They're like, okay, that's the plan. Again, if you saved Ant-Man, we can save.
But then what's weird is that he's acting. Vision's acting a little weird.
Like, oh, it's not possible.
Yeah, like
You can't do it. Like, yeah, we can.
yeah,
Like, let's figure this out because Vision, you're crazy smart. Bruce Banner's crazy smart.
Smart.
You have all the tech in Wakanda. I'm
They're
sure
very smart.
Sherry's still alive. So you
Yeah.
have all these crazy smart people.
Yeah.
We can figure it out.
right.
Then, like, oh, but how are we going to get there? Bucky's like, I'm going to go see if there's any transport. If there's a Quinjet, if there's something we can
He
use.
says something.
Then he's like, but do you call him Bucky? Do you call him Barnes?
Barnes.
He's
you
like,
might
oh,
not find what
you
you
might not.
seek.
You may not like what you find.
Like, what? We're like, what's that Vision? Like, right now, don't be talking like that with zombies everywhere, okay? That's creepy.
And why let him go by himself?
I know.
Because yeah.
Then I'm thinking, oh, then he's walking through and everything, and it's kind of scary. And I'm thinking, oh my God, is Vision testing on people?
And
I thought for sure Vision's like, that you're gonna find like 10,000 dead bodies. It's like, well, I had to try to fix it. And he goes, what's 10,000 to save billions?
Right.
We thought it was gonna be that.
I thought it was gonna be this the mad scientist trope where he just goes insane and he's just like,
or
oh.
even like do the worst part of the needs of the many outweighs the needs of the many.
Yeah.
In this kind of crazy
The
sense.
few and the many.
Yeah.
But then we hear T'Challa.
I was like, holy crap, he's
He's
alive.
alive.
But his foot's missing, his leg's missing.
Oh, it's like ooh.
And he's like, oh, we have to go. We don't have time. We have to run. We have to get out of here.
You're like,
I'm thinking,
what?
oh no. We see Wanda's like
A zombie.
contained.
Yeah.
And she's
Yeah.
a zombie. I'm like, oh damn, he's keeping her alive.
Yeah.
You idiot. And it's always the one, remember like in Dawn of the Dead Lady didn't want her baby?
Yeah.
Oh, that
Zombie.
pregnant baby's a zombie. You gotta let it go. And the father wanted to keep it too. No, she's a zombie. They're gone.
They're gone.
You
They're
have to
both
kill
gone.
them.
But then his Vision's like, well, there's things that I've done, and they're like, what are you talking about, Vision? What's going on? Or what is this place? Oh, and then you see T'Challa's like, oh, he's feeding her.
Yeah. He sent out a stress beacon to get everyone here, and everyone gets here. He kills them. He feeds them to Wanda.
Yeah, he's got to keep hungry. She's hungry, but do they die if they don't eat, or do they just get
They
angry?
get angry. Probably.
So he's
It's
been
like,
feeding people to Wanda, and then he won't stop, and he's like, I know it's wrong, but I can't help it. I have to keep her alive. Because why don't you just heal her? Her magic's so strong that the Mind Stone
See,
can't
so I don't
penetrate.
think for certain mutants, someone's are gone. They're gone. They're never coming back.
So see, this is the problem too about healing everyone, because there's going to be superpowered humans that aren't going to be healed.
Well, then you
So you're
take
gonna
them
have
out.
to take them out right
gotta
away.
take
You're
them
gonna
out.
find them. You gotta take them out.
But then like Paul Rudd's like, well, in Vision's defense, I have nothing.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
it's just stupid
That's
jokes.
stupid.
Like,
Yeah.
And then you go, and then Bruce Banner, you did this for love? Are you friggin'
and
mad?
he's like, and then even then he's like, I don't even understand why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I can't kill her. I can't do it.
can't do it.
But then she breaks out, and then of course that guy who's
It's
scared
Kirk.
of witches, and of
Yeah.
course it's freaking
the
her.
zombie witch gets him.
So he dies, and it's like then Bucky starts shooting at you. Bucky versus Scarlet Witch. No.
No.
Especially not in this condition where she's a zombie. Like, no, she's not gonna hold back.
So and then we think Iron Man's gonna die again, but then the cape grabs him, so he looks like a floating head in the cape.
It's so crazy.
And then he goes, I look like I did when I was on my prom date. What are you talking
more
about?
gay. She keeps making stupid jokes. Your friend just died.
Died.
Kirk just
You're
died.
just ahead. You think he'd be a little upset.
You know what? I was really touched by that when Kirk saw him. He's like, "You're alive! Oh, you're alive!" He's like, "Oh, jeez, I'm sorry, man. Like,
Yeah.
you're just
So-
ahead."
Then Banner goes to freaking Vision like, you got to do something. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah. Then he breaks them out.
Then he realized, yeah, I gotta stop this.
He turns and he looks at her. He kind of clears a little bit of a path, but he's like, here, I can't do this. And he rips out his own Mind Stone and gives it
Because
to
he
him.
can't kill her. He can't do
So
it.
he just kills himself.
Yeah, he blows himself
But
up.
why didn't you kill Wanda first? I'm like, you freaking idiot. Because Wanda breaks out. What are you gonna do?
I know, and he already killed.
And he said there's a Quinjet that he can use.
Yeah.
And then whoever has the Mind Stone, the zombies will leave you alone. So whoever has possession of
I'm
it,
assuming it's kind of has a little bit of that radiation.
Yeah.
But then Bucky's like, hey, I want to try to buy you some time or something.
Get
so he's
out,
gonna try to fight her.
And he's like blocking with the shield. He's doing everything he can, but
He just grabs, he's just throwing it into the crowd of zombies. He tried.
Yeah.
Then they turn their mind onto her. Then she's gonna chase after them. But then he tries to bite Bruce, but then he turns into the Hulk, and so it doesn't.
So I don't think he can get bit by his. I don't think he needs to be turned.
No, his skin's too hard.
Yeah, so as long as he's the Hulk and he.
So Luke Cage should be fine.
Yeah, you would think so.
He's out there.
He's out with Jessica Jones saving her. That would be cool if you saw that.
He's out beating the crap out of him.
He's out beating up Daredevil.
I would have loved if she's just the Punisher, like on a minigun, just.
Just getting
Can't get out. I can do what I've always wanted to do. I can kill everybody. There are no more
time to clean house.
There are no more victims.
All the scumbags.
There are no more victims. They're all need to die.
Just goes crazy.
The big bad Punisher.
That'd be funny.
But would have been nice to see some villains.
I know, it really would have been kind of cool.
Looks like someone like Ultron, if he could come.
But I think Ultron wouldn't be affected though.
No, he's on machine.
There's there could be Ultron. It could even be what's his name? All the prisoners that are trapped.
On the raft.
On the raft.
No, would have been a good thing, and I just thought of it now. How sad it would have been. What if, like, while Iron Man's doing it, you hear his suit saying, "Don't do this, Tony. Don't do this," because Jarvis can't be turned, obviously, and he's all telling him stop. Like that would be so heartbreaking. That'd have been heartbreaking.
See,
they should have had that.
I would have liked that. I know it would have been too much like Suicide Squad, but if they got like a team of villains,
it would have been really cool to see.
Yeah.
To see like Spider-Man doing something, and then you see the Vulture coming to the thing, and then they're working together.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool. And what about? And I know no Fantastic Four, but Doctor Doom wouldn't be affected. He has his metal. Would they be affected?
That's another thing. Like Doctor Doom in the comics is badass.
Oh, he's so powerful.
Yeah. And I love in the Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and he got them all there, and he's kind of beating all of them. And then Captain America's like, guys, just stop. He's just giving us a message. And then he's like, oh, Captain, and he's just like, yeah, I could wipe all you guys up, but I don't feel like it.
Right.
He's just like, yeah, he's thinking of all the Avengers at the same time.
He's like, guys, he's like,
I just want to show you what I can do, what I'm capable of.
But it's funny, but the Fantastic Four beats him all the time. That's funny.
Because he has his own. But that's
just his own folly.
Yeah. But that'd have been cool to see some villains in this.
Yeah,
especially like some of Spidey's villains helping him. Like you have Shocker and some of the other guys.
Doc Ock or something.
Yeah.
But I guess because the movie coming up, they don't want to probably do that. But that'd have been cool.
So they get to the jet, and Bruce's like, "Hey, I'm gonna do the best I can." Say, "Come on, big guy, we got to do this." He just throws himself into the
thing. They know the Hulk's gonna come out,
protect itself. And then he's getting piled on top of, and then you hear, brah, boom, and he's the whole
messing him up, all up.
He's just stomping. He's hitting.
And then all of a sudden, Scarlet Witch gets him. Like, this would be a cool fight.
Because
like,
his
strength,
which she would have to. Here's the thing: she's not not in her mental capacity. Because I'm pretty sure she could go into his mind and just scramble his brain. But he keeps getting pissed off. He's not going to be beat.
He's gonna kill her
eventually.
I think because since her mind is not 100%.
Yeah, he said that she can't. I don't think she could do manipulation. I don't think she's that. I think she's more like blaster.
Here's the thing,
destroying thing.
Because like when the Hulk fought Onslaught and the other thing, he hit him so hard it made a gamma explosion, like a gamma nuclear bomb went off. So he can get that angry.
Yes, I think he will. I think he'll beat everyone.
Hulk's gonna be the key. He's gonna be the key to saving everyone, I think.
So they take off, but then there's freaking Wasp is giant still, and she grabs the jet. I'm like,
oh, I seriously thought it was gonna end here, and I'm like, oh no.
But they're able to hit the thrusters and burn her off. Yeah. And you see someone hit the plane. Was that Bruce? Did he die?
No, I think that might have been Winter Soldier.
Was it Winter Soldier?
I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to probably freeze frame it.
Yeah, and it's itty bitty and tiny, but I don't know. Maybe because they don't show up again, so who knows?
It didn't matter. Yeah.
So they're flying to Wakanda, and the most beautiful thing, the last thing Chadwick Boseman ever said was, because Peter's like, I lost everybody. He's like, you haven't lost in my culture. People aren't gone as long as you remember them.
Right.
And just while I remember you.
Right. Exactly.
It's literally the last thing he says.
Yeah,
poetic.
It's really poetic, and even Paul Rudd, when he says like, hey, high five for the Avengers, we're still
because he has no arms.
Because at first he said all the Avengers are gone. I'm still an Avenger. Oh yeah, I remember you. I forgot. Yeah.
Because you have no arms.
And what makes it sweet, because since he's still an Avenger, everyone in the team we're still Avengers. We're still even though it's just three of us.
There's a little tiny. You think there's a little bit of tiny hope to getting Wakanda, and then you get to the ending.
They're getting to Wakanda, but then you hear the voiceover. And it's like, oh, humans will do anything to save their planet.
Yeah. keep hope.
Even destroying the universe in the process. And then you see zombie Thanos.
Yep.
And he has all the stones.
But here's the thing: would the Mind Stone affect him though? Because remember, he can't be near.
But he has all the other.
So maybe.
Or maybe his will is so strong to get the stones, it won't affect him.
It won't affect him. I would love to see an ending to this because I feel like I think the main win would be if Hulk showed up and fought Thanos and then kind of like took the glove, like ripped it off of him,
Like ripped his arm
and
off.
And then they did it to make everyone normal again, like make no one's a zombie.
The virus
anymore.
never happened.
the virus never happened.
But that's how it ends.
Yeah.
So
Man, wow, it'd be terrible.
Here's the thing, but it's the weakest one. I'm sorry.
because there's way too many silliness, too many zombie
And then
land
instead you
jokes.
could explain things a little bit better.
Yeah, a little
Button
bit
it up,
smarter.
guys. Button it up.
Yeah, like just iron it over.
Yeah. So it's a 7. It's a solid 7. It's just not
It's
great.
yeah.
Like the last 4 were really good. They're like 9s and 10s. This was it's okay.
Yeah, definitely the weakest one. Crimson's in here. Thanks for watching the video. Remember, liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting on the video really helps out a lot. It gets the video spread around more people get to see the videos, and we get to make more videos for you guys. So thank you, and we appreciate every single one of you guys.